What's good, YouTube? It's a quick video up on the Minnesota Timberwolves getting Taj Gibson to come down with Jimmy Butler, Karl-Anthony Towns, Gorgie Dane, Andrew Wiggins, and Jeff T. This is a huge off season by the Minnesota Timberwolves, getting veterans, quality players. They bolstering their bench. To me, the weakest part about the Timberwolves was their bench, and they actually been able to improve that in their starting lineup, and they're getting the veterans in there that know how to win, that plays defense, that can teach them the right way to be professional and better basketball players, to push them in practice. And I think Taj Gibson wasn't really necessary, but since Tom Thibodeau trusts this man, Tom Thibodeau know how hard he play, Tom Thibodeau know how good this player is, and how much of an impact he can make on this team as a player and as a leader. As you've seen what he did in OKC, that was a problem I told people about the OKC trade with Taj Gibson, is that you still had to pay Robertson. Then you had to pay Taj Gibson, and next year they probably going to have to pay Paul George. One of them, either Robertson and Taj Gibson will have to go. And Taj Gibson is already gone. Now we don't see how much money they're going to pay Robertson. But $28 million ain't really anything for Taj Gibson. That's a respectable contract. Matter of fact, that's a tradable contract. 2-year, $28 million. I like that deal for both teams. The Wolves still got a little bit more cap space, so we're gonna see how much of it they're going to use to finish their bench. But you gotta give Tom Thibodeau and the GM credit on putting a competitive roster together right away. I don't think Jeff Teague is the long-term point guard for Minnesota. Jimmy Butler, he going into his third year on his new contract. He will only have one more year, which is 2018, I believe. And then he can leave or he can re-sign with them. I don't know what's really going to go on, but they short, in a short matter of time, this team went from being, oh, they'll be a playoff team this year, which people were saying next year too. Now they actually have a legit chance to become a playoff team if they can continue to find cheap deals for the rest of to fill out the rest of their roster. But I give him credit. Todd Gibson is a person that he stays around the basket. He can knock down the mid-range. He's a decent pick and pop player. He's a decent pick and roll player. He's athletic enough to catch lobs. He's smart enough to play defense, contest shots, and on top of that, he's a decent free throw shooter. He got good hands. He has really no problem. He's not a mental case. He's not a fighter. He's just a professional and respectable player at that, and you didn't have to pay that much money to get him. Minnesota, they on the right pace to the playoffs. They on the right path. They continue to get better throughout the Jimmy Butler trade, and they added Teague and they added Taj. I like what they're doing, but we don't have to see how it all works. We don't have to see how well they play together. We don't, because Andrew Wiggins not really a good shooter. He's okay. Jimmy Butler is an okay three-point shooter too. Jeff Teague is an okay three-point shooter too. And they do have the bigs, Gorgie Dane, Karl-Anthony Towns, and now Taj Gibson to bang with anybody. So they have a complete roster. They have a lot of pieces. They have a lot of things that they can do, a lot of plays that they can run. And they can always resort to the pick and pop and the pick and roll with Jeff Teague and Karl-Anthony Towns, or even Gorgie Dane, and how Karl-Anthony Towns as a spot-up three or a mid-range shooter. So this team going to be tough to beat. And they're adding two-way players at that, in Jimmy Butler and Taj Gibson. They can score and they can protect. They are great, decent defenders. So I like what they're doing. And with that being said, we're going to have to see what else they're going to do with the rest of their cap. Even though this might take majority of it up, I think they only have $16 million left. So they probably only got enough for a mid-level exception and then another player if they can find it. But this doesn't make them a championship contender. This just makes them a lot more better to guarantee a playoff spot if they can play well enough together. Like I said, that's the biggest thing. This team have made the playoffs in double-digit years, and now it's time for them to try. They got rid of Ricky Rubio, and now they got Jeff Teague, and now they got Taj Gibson, and now they got Jimmy Butler. So they made the right moves, and we're going to see how it works. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. It's in the comment section below and in the description. Also, like my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. You can click the link in the comment section in the description. It sends you right to my Facebook page, and all you got to do is like it to show support. Thank you guys for watching, and I got more videos coming up for free agency.